Hello there. I have done two previous Blue Life 1X reviews, and all of them people hated. So I'm just doing a final one here. I know you'll hate this one too, because people on the internet are fucking assholes. Anyway, I'm just gonna try and do my best with this video and tell you what's up with this goddamn phone. I'm not gonna say that this is like the worst phone in the world, because it's fucking great for the price. You're paying $160 with tax for an incredible phone, but it has its issues, alright? I mean, it has issues. It's not just some flawless $160 phone. And of course it's gonna have its issues, you know? I mean, it's $160. It's not 500. I mean, you should expect issues, but the issues that this phone has, I mean, they're just issues that should have been resolved, you know? Blue could have easily fixed them, and it's just dumb. You know, I don't know, whatever. Let's just go into it. So, I think I'll do a little bit of a graphics demo. Well, actually, I don't have a good screen recorder. I mean, I have a really good screen recorder, but it's just um, it's not perfect. Anyway, so one issue that this phone has is the back cover gets really squeaky. Um, I'm gonna try and squeak it right now. Maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. So hopefully you were able to hear that, but it was just squeaky as all hell. And I mean it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's kind of, I just don't like it. I mean, when you're holding a phone, you don't want it to be squeaking and creaking, you know? You want to be feeling like you're holding a solid phone. So, I mean, that's not the biggest issue in the world. And, somebody commented on a previous video of mine that you can put a piece of paper in the back of the phone and that'll help out a little bit. And that's something that I did, and it has helped out a tiny bit, but really not all too much. So, there's that. The camera is really good. I'd say it's one of the best cameras I've ever used in a smartphone. It's just a solid, good camera. You know, it takes incredibly good pictures, and I mean, shit looks good. Let's see if I can. It's a Modern Combat video I did. Let's see here. Camera. Ah, shit. Okay, this is a terrible example. But hopefully you can see. This is a photo that I took with the Blue Life 1X's camera, and it turned out really good. I mean, it just looks really good. It's a great photo. And I mean, the camera, I can't complain. The camera is amazing. So, there's that. The design of this phone is fairly practical. If you're a gamer, there is gonna be one issue. Because the best way to game on a phone is to have it plugged into the charger as you do it. Usually it'll still discharge with a graphic intensive game even though it's plugged in, which, that's common for blue phones. But the charging thingy is, I hold my phone. Oh shit, how do I explain this? Okay, so when you're holding your phone vertically, I flip it left and hold it with the blue logo facing my right side. I think that's how most people hold their phone when they're gaming. I don't see why anybody would hold it differently. But that's what I do. And when I have the charger plugged in, like I actually do now, um, it's just extremely uncomfortable. You can't comfortably hold the phone, and I mean, you can't game, like, you can't play asphalt or something. You can't comfortably steer a car. That's not asphalt, that's whatever. It's so that's an issue. Like, it's not the biggest issue in the world because the battery life is really good. So if you have a full charge, you can go ahead and play a game for an hour or two. So I mean, that's really not the biggest deal. But all right, moving on. The screen is truly incredible. It's definitely the best screen I've ever used. It's just great. Um, the graphics are fucking awesome. The colors are incredible, and I mean, just the screen is out of this world. It's easily the best I've ever used. I really love that it's 5.2 inches. You wouldn't think that that makes that big of a difference, but it actually does. It's the perfect size. You know, you can use it with one hand. Like, you can use the phone with one hand and shit, and it's just really cool. Um, so as hopefully you can see that the graphics are good, but of course I don't have the best video recorder in the world. So here's a brief gaming demo. I'll start talking again in a second. I'm just gonna finish this race here. It should be really short. I'm playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, I think, by the way. So, um, this phone actually processes games really well and only moderately overheats. So, that's definitely a plus, because I had the Blue Life 1 before this, and with graphic intensive games, it did some major overheating. And that's a big issue that I had. It got to points where I would actually burn my hand if I touched it, like if I touched the phone. So, you know, that's just. I'm glad that this phone doesn't have overheating issues while you play a graphic intensive game like this. I mean, it does warm up, it definitely warms up, but all phones warm up while you play a game like this. Anyway, I don't know what else I can really say about the graphics of this phone. Uh, huh, yeah, the colors are great, I mean, this is just an incredibly beautiful phone. I can't complain in the graphics department. And the processing department, too. It's fucking, it's a good solid phone for $160. And I really love it. I mean, it of course has its issues, but what can you expect for $160, you know? I mean, all phones are gonna have their issues. So, I mean, this is just a good phone. Okay, hold on a second here. Collect that money and then click off. Okay. Well, didn't mean to do that. Okay, moving on. You cannot see, or I can't figure out how to change the ringtone on this phone. It's basically impossible. I mean, it's been impossible for me at least. Other people apparently have been able to get it working, but it's just not working for me. So, sound notification, general, okay, settings, Alarm volume, ring volume. Oh, nothing's happening. Phone ringtone. That's not what I want to do. System. Hmm. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, the ringtone is something that I'm kind of fucking around with still. It might be changeable, but if it is, it's insanely hard. I've tried everything I could think of. Okay, so another graphics test of this game, which truly blew me away, is Grand Theft Auto Vice City on this phone. I can turn up the graphics all the way, and it'll still run perfectly smooth. It's truly incredible for a blue phone like this. Just $160. You're basically buying a gaming console when you buy this phone. And it's just awesome. I mean, technology has really advanced over the years, and I'm gonna explode. Um, anyway, so the graphics are incredible. I've said that for the past 3 minutes or so. I don't know what else I can possibly say. The speaker doesn't work very well. The speaker on the back of the phone, it's not all too great. The mic isn't anything special. The mic that's built into the phone. The front camera is, God, I haven't even tried the front camera. I don't fucking use front cameras. But, I mean, this is just a decent, solid phone. If you buy it, you're gonna notice a few issues, but otherwise, it's pretty good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video a little bit. I know I suck at making videos, but I just, I'm new to the whole fucking video making thing, so just bear with me here. Please don't thumbs down. I would really appreciate it if you didn't. If you want to subscribe, I've been making videos of games that I play with this phone. So that's cool. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. Or possibly not. Anyway, later, dudes.